Hello and welcome back to Ultimate Marble Racing Season 3. We're here with race 22 on Dune Canyon Stadium. This track was created by Snorker. So I see we got Iceman in the chat right on time, Wheatman here for second ever excellent stream. Nice little pun. And word, can we get Eggbot in here? Tell you what, I'd love it if we could get the Eggbot from the Discord into here. I think that would be quite interesting. Pesky Bird's here as well. Quite a busy house today for this one. Yeah, Eggbot's going wild in the Discord. It baffles me sometimes. Just some of the things it comes out with. Not quite sure if it's totally with it or knows what it's saying half the time, but you know, it's there doing its thing. Right, so currently the current standings. Superboss is leading with 418. Marnie in second with 417. It's a 1 point difference between first and second. Yeah, the bot's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Jimmy in third with 415. Iceman in fourth with 411. Azert in fifth with 397. Pesky Bird in sixth with 378. Demon in seventh with 365. Boer in eighth with 364. And Cheese in ninth with 363. And of course, another reminder as we're getting close to the end, what everyone is playing for. We have our first ever prize pool with the return of this season. First place, £25 plus the winner's roll in the Discord, so you can show it off. Second place, you get £15 plus the runner-up roll to show that you almost made it. And third place, £10. And hopefully as we go forward and we get more people involved, I plan to increase this prize pool throughout the seasons as we have more and more people racing. So over to the track. You should get a special Pesky Bird roll. I don't think we'd have enough rolls to give everyone their own rolls. Might get a bit chaotic. But we do have lots of rolls that you can get. Yes, this track. This track. Yeah, but Pesky Bird. Yeah, so this track can be interesting. It was one of our old elimination tracks, so do prepare for some DNFs. And as we have a look round, because we don't have actual predictions turned on, not this season, like I say, if we want them to return, we can bring them in next season. But put your guesses of the DNFs into the chat. We'll see if anyone is going to be right. So we have a jump off the start into quite a sharp turn. It is walled, so you are safe here to some extent. It's going to be a short race for you again. High DNF rates. How many laps? It is 5 laps. Because it does take a while for everyone to get around. Although it doesn't look that long, it does. So we have a rough area here. Loads of little jumps that go up a pipe into a bowl. Dropping down, big jump towards the ladder. Now we've got a few shortcut options here, but there is also, if you want to take the risky jump for one of the shortcuts, you can fall. So you can take this jump, but if you don't make it, you will be falling and having to go up the ladder, and it will be quite costly. So risk versus reward there. Loads of obstacles through this bit, which can make or break your race. You could end up stuck here, so gotta be careful. Final ladder into a bowl to drop down and back across the start finish line. Wheatman is going to say all but one DNF again. Another bold one. Iceman's going for 4. Cheese is going to say at least 5. And Pesky Bird is manifesting a pesky win. So let's get everyone loaded in. We'll hit a freeze. Reverse grid order. As always, Iceman will be starting up at the front. It's going to be the 2 icebreakers on the front row. And we have Demon starting at the back. And with all that said, let's get the race going. As the countdown begins and they head into the first ladder. Everyone quite smooth. Demon is going to have to be on their own at the back, so there's no space. But it will be Cheese, Pesky Bird, Jimmy and Iceman side by side on the front row. Gonna speed up a little bit, it's a bit of a slow ladder. And off the top now, heading towards the jump. It's a big jump. A lot of speed carried into that. A lot of speed carried into that corner, is what I'm trying to say. Got to be very careful. There are some high-speed jumps here, so everyone into the bowl. A lot of different lines being taken. Superboss got quite a bit of speed, not always good in the bowl. Everyone getting very close to colliding with each other. Cheese wanting pity points. And Marnie's going to drop through first. Oh, but it's not a good drop. Having some trouble in the pipe. It's not looking good for Marnie. This could have been a big gain in the lead, but does get moving. That's actually an excellent drop down, minus the issues in the pipe. Quite the breakaway for Marnie there. Pesky Bird will drop down second, Superboss in third, Boer in fourth. Marnie having quite a strong first half of the season, having some difficulties more recently, but trying to make it back. This race could be another one of those, trying to get some big points, try and reclaim that number one spot. Slow bowl entry. Epic gamer skills, and even getting the shortcut as well. And the other shortcut, so Marnie's really making a breakaway in the lead. Showing how it's done, trying to get a massive gap at the start of the race. Wort and Cheese are going to be fighting it out for second. Not going to be risking that shortcut, just taking it steady. Both of these know what it's like when a risk doesn't pay off. Season hasn't been too kind for the two of these so far. So just taking it steady. A little bit of contact there, nothing too aggressive. And we'll be side by side, just taking it easy with each other. Don't want to end up with a nasty collision, especially when you're that high up, battling for top 3 positions. So who's calling for Marnie to DNF with all the risks? If the risks continue, who knows, but maybe that's a big enough lead now that Marnie can relax for the next few laps. And Superboss has had quite the rough lap now, trailing, and you know what? You called it, Marnie has gone off. Must have gone a bit too quick through to the start-finish section, and in the background Marnie has gone off. We have a DNF already. F's in the chat for Marnie. And that jinxing, I can say, was not done by me. So Cheese is now going to be moving up to first. In fact, Marnie did cross the line before going off, so it must have been a hard hit against the ladder to cause that. Just shows you can't be too quick and too aggressive sometimes. Iceman with a big collision on Demon there. Demon playing the block to hold Iceman back. Jimmy and Azur will be side by side, but Cheese now in the lead. Heading down to the first jump of lap 2. Big jump and around the corner. You did call it. The downfall of Marnie on this track. It's now Boer coming over the jump. Demon in third, Iceman in fourth, Jimmy in fifth, Azur in sixth, Pesky Bird in seventh, Superboss in... Actually no, Pesky Bird sixth, Superboss seventh, Marnie will be in eighth. Cheese calling for a first and second for Cheese and Boer. The bold statement this early on. Cheese up and through the pipe with ease. See Supos coming over into the bowl now. And there goes Word Demon, just missing slightly. Word's having some trouble in the pipe. Having the same trouble that Mani had. Does get going, but is now side by side with Azure and has Demon just behind. And that was actually a great landing angle for Demon, and this is going to be huge as Demon is going to drop down, just avoiding Pesky. Pesky's got an excellent angle, absolute perfection with that incredible drop down, making loads of time. And is now Demon leading, Pesky Bird in a close second. Azure's going to drop down in third, but Cheese is going to snipe the ladder spot and take third back. Azure's going to get on in fourth. This pushes Word down to fifth. A bit of a wonky jump, a little bit risky there, but does stay on the track. Jimmy over, Iceman over, so Jimmy's 6th, Iceman 7th. And Superboss currently 8th. So Demon's gone for the shortcut, makes it work, does make it all the way over. Pesky Bird and Cheese going the safe route. Azure going for the shortcut, not as much speed to bounce all the way over to the second section, but it's enough to get in front of Cheese. I think we may have seen Demon take the second shortcut as well, as Demon is extending that lead. And Jimmy with a great shortcut there, excellent speed, but is going to just miss the second one, which will take. But a good bit of time gained by Jimmy through that section. Let's see Wheatman talking about try to catch up with what's been going on in the chat while we're at the ladder. Working on a, how do I scroll up a little bit? 5-lap racetrack to submit, which changes every single lap. Nice. Using the triggers. I know some people actually love the use of those triggers. I'm not the greatest at map creation myself. That's good to hear, sounds interesting. Lap 5, add some obstacles with trapdoors that'll open. So that's pretty cool. Look forward to it. So, on to lap 3, and Demon is leading. Boer is now in second. Pesky Bird dropping to third. Cheese in fourth. Jimmy's going to come down in fifth. Iceman loves triggers too, but too stupid to understand 2/3 of them. Yeah, I don't really play with the triggers and stuff too much. I use them lightly in some of the tracks I've made in the past. I know there are certain people that go pretty crazy with them. One, two incoming. That's a good entry by Pesky Bird there, a lot of speed. Cheese is going to take a bit of an inside line, so a few different lines going on into this bowl. See what happens. Yeah, Tomix Comics has some incredible tracks. Azur's going to push Cheese there. That's going to be time costly for Cheese, actually. Yeah, Tomix is very, very good at track creation. If people haven't seen any of Tomix Comics tracks, definitely check them out in the workshop. The amount of time and effort that must be put into those, the creativity is incredible. There's a lot of good track makers there, don't get me wrong. But some of the stuff Tomix makes is pretty impressive. I know Cheese is quite good with some of the triggers as well, throws that into a few tracks. One that's actually coming up that has a few triggers in to, I think, slow people down, speed people up, if I remember correctly. So Cheese going to exit the bowl. We've seen a few bumps go on in there. Cheese is going to be ahead of Demon onto the ladder. Send an image of the track switches. Yeah, I'll check it out. Would be a cool track for future seasons. It's SpongeBob themed. Ah, interesting. Yeah, throw it into the if you get the link, throw it into the the track submissions. And I'll take a look. Logic is your jam. Yeah, I know you're quite good with your logic. And yeah, Marnie might actually keep that fastest lap. It was such a fast first lap. They might not actually lose it, so they could be looking at an extra point even after going off on that first lap. She's actually helped her out with some logic for a super mega track. Words that you're working on, really awesome with it. Good to hear. Like to hear good things around community here. It's all about community stuff. So we saw some shortcut use there. I think it was Superboss and Pesky Bird getting too sidetracked by the chat here mid-race. Cheese still just leading. Demon very close behind. Pesky Bird is going to beat Superboss onto the ladder. Boer is going to join Superboss on the ladder. Jimmy just behind, and then Iceman and Azur are battling it out further back. We'll love to see an F1 track in the next season. Yes, put all your suggestions and track submissions and stuff into the Discord and I'll check them out. Obviously we'll be looking at what tracks we want to remove, what tracks we want to add going into season 4. So we'll be looking to people for suggestions and what they like, what they don't like, what they'd like to see changed. That was a great move by Superboss there in the bowl, but Cheese is going to battle back for that position and keep hold of first. Pesky Bird is going to come through in third now, just in front of Demon. So Demon's going to drop to 4th going on to lap 4. You've made one, Monaco. I do like the Monte Carlo track. So Boer in 5th, Jimmy in 6th, Iceman in 7th, and Azur is going to come through in 8th. Just getting onto the ladder there, and Cheese is off over the first jump. Keep forgetting there's prizes now. There's a lot of speed by Superboss. Pesky Bird and Demon colliding, which could slow Demon down enough to get a good line here. Boer with a sharper approach could be good. You don't want to spend too much time going round in a circle here. You want to try and get a sharp line. In fact, Jimmy's showing exactly what you need to do. Just hit the wall hard enough that you get a sharp angle inwards. So we could see some big position changing here. The Cheese is going to head into the pipe in first. Does make it all the way through successfully. Demon 2nd, Superboss 3rd, Jimmy not quite managing to get the hook in there, so Pesky Bird will drop through in 4th, then Jimmy, followed by Boer, but Boer with a better landing will be in front of Jimmy heading into the pipe. Pesky Bird having trouble with the pipe means Jimmy and Boer are going to come through in front, but Pesky Bird lands colliding with Demon. Boer with an incredible angle is actually going to move up into first place, so the perfect drop down into the jump. Iceman with a really good angle as well. Demon and Iceman close together. Iceman stalling a bit at the bottom. Doesn't get a great entry onto the ladder for either of them, but they'll be side by side. Demon and Iceman side by side on the ladder. Pesky Bird just behind him 4th. Superboss going a bit slow. Cheese going to try and come through and snipe it, and Cheese does snipe it. But losing quite a few positions there as these bowls, the angle was really making a difference. Big Boer moment, going for the shortcut as well. It's a risk. Not going for the second jump though. We'll settle for the first landing and move. Will we see a second shortcut as well? No, playing it safe on the second one. Iceman, Demon both going for the shortcut. So far, no one failing that first shortcut. And they're both going to take the second one to try and chase Boer down. Pesky Bird going to play it safe. Cheese going for the shortcut. Oh, that was very close to falling, but does make it over, getting in front of Pesky Bird. And taking the second one just to keep hold of that position. Pesky Bird's going to follow. Superboss going to play it safe and go around. Then we have Azur and then Jimmy now at the back. Jimmy will go for the shortcut. Nothing to lose at this point. Not the greatest landing. He's going to lose a bit of time there. Heading back around to the front on the ladder. Boer leading. Demon in second. Iceman in third. Cheese in fourth. The race starts now, says Iceman. And Cheese, every time you look away, you mess up. Lessons to be learnt there. Got to keep your eyes on the track. Eyes on the prize. Pesky Bird calling comeback time. Gonna see who gets the best drop down here. There's a collision. Cheese has gone after Boer there, but this might have actually lined Boer up quite nicely. Cheese missing a second hit. Pesky Bird with a perfect landing, side by side down across the line onto the final lap. And Pesky Bird calling for the comeback makes an incredible lunge up to a tied first place with Boer. Demon just behind, followed by Iceman. Cheese dropping down, is currently in fifth. Then it's Superboss in sixth, and currently Azur in seventh, and Jimmy in eighth. So final lap. Let's focus on the front two here. Side by side into the corner. Boer's going to be leading. Over the jumps. Bit of bumping going on. And Demon not far behind. Iceman with a very interesting exit there. This could be huge for Iceman. They've just got to line up correctly here. But it could be a very good angle. Cheese doing the same. In fact, Cheese slowing down even more. This is perfect for Cheese. An incredible play. And Cheese is going to move up into first, dropping down out of the bowl. And another perfect exit on the second bowl. Absolutely huge lead. Massive plays and massive gains there by Cheese on the final lap. Iceman dropping down. Demon dropping down. Boer dropping down. Pesky Bird dropping down. It is all close. Up at the front, Iceman with some trouble in the pipe does make it out. Pesky Bird with some trouble as well. Boer with a great release. A lot of speed there by Pesky Bird. But another chaotic final lap. As we always say with these races, the UMR season is not over until you cross that final line. All eyes on Cheese now, going for the shortcut, just trying to keep hold of a big lead here. Tell you what, for this track, we've had a low DNF count so far, with only Marnie being the one to fall. And on lap 1. Everyone else has been taking it a bit more cautious since that moment. Could we see a new fastest lap? Could we? Look at this gap now. Cheese leading, going into the final bowl. Boer taking it easy behind. He's going to take that shortcut. It's a strong second place as well. I see Demon playing it safe. Pesky Bird playing it safe as well. No one wanting to risk too much here. That was a Jinx DNF incoming. Did Cheese call the Boer 1-2 from early? I see Cheese pulled the Marnie with the bowl strats. Epic gamer moment. Yep, Cheese has been saving that for the end. Pesky Bird calling for Boer to steal the lead. I don't think there's enough time, as Cheese is already lining it up. Boer's only just coming over the top of the ladder. Cheese gets the drop down, coming across the line, and Cheese with a fastest lap as well. takes the win. An incredible final lap by Cheese, taking the win on race 22 in spectacular Cheese fashion. So claps in the chat. Good race, Cheese. A brilliant final lap. And we're dropping down now as well to cross the line in second. Also a very good race by Boy as well. Again, final lap going wild. Don't win often, but when you do, yep, you do with style. Pesky Bird's gonna collide with Demon. Demon had the line up there for the drop as well, but Pesky Bird said no, pushing Demon out of the way to steal that third place, that final podium position, and Demon's gonna have to settle with fourth. Good race for the underdogs. Indeed. Cheese called the first two spots. Is Superboss going to be able to make it down in time? Yes, they do. Superboss taking 5th. Looks like it is going to be Iceman in 6th. He said Manu DNF, and they did. I am surprised that is the only DNF we had. The one DNF on this track. Jimmy coming through in 7th. And then finally we'll have Azur coming through in 8th. But let's head over to our winner, who clearly decided that was enough. 5 laps was enough. They're done. Did what they came here to do. And Cheese has left the track and has decided to chill out on the floor and watch. Showboating, yep. Just taking it easy. Don't waste any more energy. Save that for the next race. Got the win. Job done. Goodbye, everyone. So, there we go. Our race winner. Great race. Absolutely great race. For a supposedly carnage amount of DNFs, it felt tame to only get 1. Yep. Cheese napping after the win. Yeah, we usually expect quite a few more DNFs. In fact, I think Demon's now got stuck following the end of the race. Cheese has gone off. It was actually surprisingly tame during the race for this track. But there we go, 1 DNF. And results are in. Cheese did hold the fastest lap to the end. No surprise with that final lap. And a very, very good win. So I'm going to go and input the results from this race over into the leaderboard, and I think we're going to see some movement. This might not be good news for Marnie with the DNF, and you know, we've got some big points for some of the lower position racers, so this could be interesting. So yeah, I'm going to go and do those, and I'll be back in just a minute with the updated standings. Alright, the results have been entered. I see Wheatman had to leave. No worries, thank you for joining us. Glad you can make it for at least the race. But let's head over to the standings. So, following that race, Superboss is still leading with 435 points. Jimmy is in second, tied with Marnie now with 429. Iceman is in fourth with 426. Azur in fifth with 410. Pesky Bird in sixth with 400. Cheese in seventh with 394. We're in eighth with 389. And Demon reclaiming that ninth spot with 384. So yeah, still is very close. It is very close. I mean, it's still close between everyone, but especially that top area, the top 3 is still absolutely battling it out. Or I should say top 4. Absolutely battling out up there. But yeah, it's still very close. Still very close. And we've got 5 races left. Yeah, 5 races left. And it is highway race next. Yep, that'll be tomorrow, the final race of the week. And you may have also seen there is I did put a new redeemable thing in Twitch, following all the chaos that was going on in Discord. Just especially for cheese. And for those who are part of the Discord will understand why and what is meant by it. But yes, that is the end of this race, and what a good race as well. You know, this track, sometimes I question whether to keep this track in, because it's an interesting one, but then you get a race like this, and this is the reason it's still here. It's the reason we still do the Dune Canyon Stadium race. It's just crazy. Not finished yet spamming the track submission channel. You love this track, it's a classic. Yeah, I don't think we can get rid of this track at the moment, if at all. Yeah, it is mayhem track. Yeah, it is a pretty crazy track. Even better with more. Yeah, I think the more marbles on the track does cause more things to go wrong. I think that's where the DNF counts do get higher. There's a lot more chaos going on. And then of course some of the tracks, like I say, are acting differently. I don't know if it's because I've changed some of the settings on my computer, new monitors, refresh rates, frame rates, who knows what it could be. But it does make some of these DNF heavy ones actually a little bit cleaner. So it doesn't go too wild with a smaller marble count. So probably a couple of things going on there, but yeah, fun track, yeah. Yeah, that is going to be it for this stream. There's also a new emote actually following just on my old trail of thought. My brain literally darts all over the place sometimes, especially on these evenings. Yes, end of the day, my brain's winding down. Thought processes just disappearing. No problem, Worth. Thank you for being here. Thank you everyone for being here. Appreciate all the support. Yeah, there's also a new emote. Along with that new thing, we now have a cheese. Especially so we can feed the cheese. Again, you'd understand that in the Discord. Thank you for the race, and as always, mate. Have a good night. No problem at all. Everyone else also have a good night, morning, day, whatever it is, and cheese. Enjoy your party later as well. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one.